Lucifer Mornings. Just rolls right off the tongue. Okay, we have FORGG at the very top, and in the bottom left is Light. I'm sorry, now please, and TvT, what do we want to see on the map Neo Sylvan?
Okay, so it's a very flat map. It's kind of open in the middle. In my opinion, this is a very ground-based map. Of course, FORGG will do whatever he does. He has a lot of different teched-out builds. But, you know, gaining that control, like if you get a contain on your opponent, what a big deal that is. Yeah, and I guess one of the interesting things about the map as well is it's three-player. Three-player maps, especially, I think they're especially good for TvT because they can't be cut in half.
Oh, good point.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
Someone's going to have more bases, and that forces more action throughout. It's very rare that you'll be on a three-player map and ever see a battlecruiser made. It's just, you know, you're fighting over the expansions too much. If someone has one more base than you, you can't win. You know?
It's funny how TvT works like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's say you have a map like Fighting Spirit, that can very easily be cut in half.
Yes,
and then it becomes a matter
easily.
of who really utilized their units in the right ways.
Eddy is another map that can be cut in half.
Mm-hmm.
Circuit Breaker's not as much because it's so wide open, but yeah, Neo Sylphan, absolutely not. It's part of the reason why it's such a good map too, I think. There's so many interesting locations that you can choose as expansions and whatnot.
How common is CC first in this matchup?
Pretty common. Pretty common.
Yeah? Is it considered cheesy at all, or?
I consider it cheesy, but I'm maybe not the right one to ask for that.
The way he looked at me when he said that was gold.
Yeah.
The way you looked at me said there's so much story there about your view on CC first.
Well, CC first, it's like if you play CC first and they proxy barracks you, all right, you've lost the game. Super sick. Nice risk, right? But people will still do it.
All right, you've lost the game.
Yeah.
Super sick.
Yeah. Isn't that neat? How he has Marines and your barracks isn't done?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you lose. It's what I consider an economic cheese.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get punished, it's the strongest thing in TvT.
Yeah.
But if it gets punished, you insta-lose. So there you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, no problem. I'm here for that. All right, so nice quick factory here for both players. See where they want to go build order-wise with this, chasing out that SCV.
Yeah, we're going to get into all the different techs here in a little bit in TvT. Definitely in this matchup, there are so many different branches that you can take. It is, again, even though players tend to not full-on engage each other early on, it is basically a big setup to try to consume the map with your army, with your units. And it's a very challenging concept. It's quite different from all other matchups in all the StarCrafts, but I'd say even in all other RTS games, really. It's a very fascinating thing. You know, for those of you guys, maybe you guys are not familiar with this game, but in the States, they would call it Go. Here it's called Paduk. It's that game with the black dots and the white dots. You've probably seen it before, right?
Yeah.
That game is a game of you trying to surround your opponent's pieces, and they're trying to surround you. And one fascinating thing that happened when this game first came out in Korea was when they put it on TV, a lot of people noticed that Terran vs. Terran looked exactly like Go on the minimap. And that you see these two colors, each one trying to encircle the other. And it was one of the reasons why when the game first came out, a lot of people were able to, even though now I think we all know that StarCraft's obviously very intellectual and very deep, a lot of people were able to say, see, it's just like Go. There's just this one matchup, and the other matchups function in totally different ways.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty good point. And I think that's part of the reason why TvT really, really is beautiful. If you don't like TvT, you don't understand it. It's like impossible not to think that this is an amazing matchup, basically. My opinions are right, yours are wrong. So, a couple of Vultures actually getting in right away
Oh my
here.
God.
You can see that FORGG overextending with that initial Vulture.
And I'll tell you something, that sucks. He stopped the command center right before it finished. And that's a lot of momentum lost. I mean, of all the things you could do that are very quick and easy and would actually put you not substantially ahead, but a little bit of a lead here, That's it, to kill the SCV make of the command center.
Yeah. And notice that he ran in and he saw one factory. That tells him everything he needs to know. He knows it's a Wraith build again before his barracks even gets up there. So he's already started his armory and he's on 2 factories. So this is the shoes on the other foot as far as that rock, paper, scissors effect goes that I was talking about in the previous game, where he went 3 factory, which would counter vultures, like 2 factory vulture. But here it's a starport. So if Light just goes mines and armory off 2 factories, he's in an amazing spot.
By the way, this push is coming in now.
This is hilarious.
Yeah.
This push. This is hilarious.
This is a motley crew, this tank and this Wraith.
Yeah, no, it is. It's really funny because it's like, well, what are you trying to do with this siege tank? Is there any universe in which a siege tank can kill Terran?
You're so funny, man.
Well, I'm watching him attack across the map. He has 1 factory, 1 starport.
Your relationship in this matchup, to this matchup, is so funny.
Yeah.
The way you're seeing it and what's happening on... I'm sorry, the way that you're saying it and what's happening on screen. Oh, man.
Well, you know.
That's really funny.
He's like, let's attack across the map with the siege tank. I think this is enough.
It's never...
I'm like, well, I don't think that
literally
would...
never, ever is going to work. Yeah. Even a guy who's like 1,400, it's not going to kill him most likely.
I mean, he has 2 factories, so no matter what units he builds out of that will beat 1 siege tank. Mm-hmm. No matter what they are. Now, if he had kept the 2 vultures in your base and then the siege tank kills them both, and then you go across, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, you've already killed 2 of his units. That could work. But, you know, obviously, like mentioned before, the build order, you know, rock, paper, scissors has gone way towards Light, and now we're getting out there. He's going into 2-port now, which is kind of funny.
Oh, he just barely didn't see that. Wow. That is so unfortunate.
That is so unfortunate for FORGG.
Because it would have been better if he wasn't looking and just flew over it and lost a Wraith and saw it.
You are completely right on that.
You would have been better off if you were a bad player.
Yeah.
Isn't that a terrible feeling?
Yes.
It's too bad I'm good.
Dude.
Or I could have been better.
How many times have people made fun of me and Idra for saying, you only beat me because you're bad?
Yeah.
There's certain things you do in this game based on your opponent being smart and good at it, and that's right there. We just saw that incarnate.
You know how we were talking about players of different skill sets and oh no, I'm sorry, we were talking about this before the show actually started, excuse me, but you know, sometimes you get paired with somebody who's way below you. Mm-hmm. So like on the account I was playing on today, it started out at 1870, but I got paired with this guy who was like 1414.
Yeah.
You know? And so I just cheesed him because I don't even want to bother playing a long game. I want to get into the next game. And, you know, if they're at that rank, the odds of them being able to control their units that well at all, it's just very low.
The difference of 400 MMR is
But what's funny is
drastic.
I got paired once with this guy who was 2,300.
Yeah.
And he just zealot rushed me, and I know that he thought the same thing about me when he looked at my rating. He thought, oh, 1870, this piece of trash can't even use a mouse. Just attacked into me and killed me, and he was so much better at controlling the units.
It's true.
And I could feel it with how he was moving them around, and they were really scary, you know, and it was hard to pull my probes away.
Totally. Well, here's what happens now. Unfortunately for FORGG, he has been so hard countered this game.
Yeah.
With the opener and then with this 2-port follow-up. Like, look at this. Look at this. Tasteless. Are you watching?
I'm covering
Keep
my
your
eyes.
Open.
I'm covering my eyes. You have to just tell me what's happening. It's
Learn.
too much.
Learn about this.
I'm plugging my ears. I can't hear you.
My God. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty solid move from Light. Obviously, if FORGG can figure out that you're doing this, he can counter it. It's not just a free victory, but yeah, if they don't know that you went 2-port to counter their port, whew,
yeah, it's pretty bad.
Painful.
This might be another game where Light just pushes through and just smashes FORGG.
Well, he's really got a great position here. Sure, FORGG has this third up, but he's going to have Cloak. I mean, he can harass with his Wraiths. He can pick off stray units. He's going to get a contain up. Things are looking very good.
Okay, so this is getting more and more brutal here. takes out another SCV. These wraiths are going to fly away now. And I feel like FORGG is just trying to find some room to breathe here, but Light is far from finished. And by the way, I love this angle.
Beautiful.
We don't normally see a push here, but now that I look at it, yeah, that's actually a really good TvT spot to hit.
It's a great spot. Like, just hitting some of these SCVs here. FORGG can feel it, too. This game is just not going well for him at all.
It's getting worse and worse, to be honest. Even though Light actually expanded a little bit later here, you know, it's FORGG that's taking blow after blow after blow after blow.
Yeah. And, you know, it's an interesting thing, too, because FORGG is a very, very good player. And I actually want to mention what I was saying before, where it's like Light is really good at a base level, but never does well in 1v1 tournaments. FORGG is actually a Star League champion. He won an MSL.
Yeah, that was a different time, though, Artosis.
No, absolutely. But then he won a bunch of tournaments in StarCraft, too, as well. This guy is a really, really strong RTS player.
He's a good player, but I mean, when he dominated in StarCraft 1, people were going to Star Leagues on horse and carriage.
He beat Jaedong in the finals.
Yeah.
So,
no, I mean, he's good. He's good, Artosis, but I mean, Light is a different beast here. We are really seeing it.
Light definitely.
Light,
I mean, he's so strong, but yeah, he doesn't actually have the same accolades as.
Yeah. No,
like, everyone thinks he's better, but FORGG, if you look at accomplishments, is better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On paper, FORGG is better, but when you look in the actual game, Light is clearly much stronger, especially here in 2019.
Yeah, Light is in great shape. You can see his macros starting to kick in here. You know, he's got a good siege lineup. It's hard for FORGG to actually attack in and get anything done. I almost feel like what FORGG needs to focus on here, make sure he gets his +2, and just rally units into the center and siege him up. Because, yeah, see, this type of situation, when Light spots that you have like 4 units in the center, he'll just clear it every time. And FORGG actually does the same to Light up there. like 2 units on a contain.
Okay, he's starting to come out here. Now, this is FORGG trying to push, but I'm worried that this is going to get completely surrounded here. There's so many different angles that Light can come hit this from.
Now,
yeah, this is just going to get worse.
This is actually a really important moment. One of them has to break the other's side, right? Like, either FORGG brings in units and breaks Light's units to the right, or Light brings in units from his base and breaks those units that we're looking at right now. Whoever does that first is going to be in much better shape. Oh, he brings up the Vultures, but doesn't unsiege his tanks. Oh, I guess he had enough with just the Vultures. Great moves.
This is one
really good move.
Yeah.
Really good. That was awesome, and the double mine lay was actually awesome there. Needed. He needed that to break the tank. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And now Light can't flank him easily.
Yeah, this was FORGG's one moment to really come out and do something. Nice Vulture drop over here, though. This is definitely going to be a headache, and Ez, he's going to have to try to deal with this. Oh, no, he needs to control those Vultures better at that bottom base, because that would hurt him so much more if he could kill those SCVs. I think we might see Light try to break out as these Vultures. I mean, they're supposed to be cleaned up. I don't see anything going back there just yet. There we go.
All right, finally does get some more in here, but that is a lot of SCV damage that's going down right now. That being said, FORGG has a nice forward position with his tank sieged up. He needs to bring a lot more units there right away, though, because certainly Light is going to be looking to break out of this area. But truthfully, the way that Sylphid is shaped, he could just set up a siege line here and go out through his third base.
Yeah.
Oh my god, look at FORGG move up.
Is this enough, though? I love these mines being planted here. Oh my god, great hit taking out some of those tanks. And I love this science vessel up here just chipping away. Science facility, sorry. It's a super science vessel. Dr. Robotnik's flying that one. Sonic's never able to get him because Eggman always has something that breaks off and he flies away.
Speaking of which, your favorite movie's coming out today.
Yeah, the Sonic movie's out. Well, I'm really excited for the Oscars now. Yeah, I'm going to go see that. I actually hate most movies, but I'll go see a Sonic movie.
No, you should definitely
I was a Sega kid.
I wonder if the Game of Thrones guys made it. It looks like they probably did.
Dude, let me tell you something. The Game of Thrones guys, they ruined the last season, but they did a good job with the other seasons when they had source material.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, like all the other seasons. You liked Game of Thrones before they ruined it, right? Everybody did.
Yeah, of course.
Luckily, they're not able to do Star Wars now, too.
No.
That's some storytelling street justice right there, Artosis.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, we have, once again, Light lashing out on the map. Now, FORGG needs to hold this. There's so many tanks, so only Vultures.
Yeah, only Vultures doesn't do all that well here, but he's actually coming up with his own tanks from the other side. Oh, that mine, though, that mine, though. Oh, beautiful
man.
mine. This is a knockdown brawl right now.
Oh, dude, did somebody count on him?
Wow. I tell you, that's a bad feeling where you're like, whoa, I have so many tanks left over, and then there's mines there randomly, you lose them all.
You're in disbelief as to how many mines there could possibly be in a cluster. One thing about lane mines in TvT here is that if you really, really concentrate them together, they're much better.
Yes.
Because they can't be shot down all at once.
Tanks are terrible at shooting mines as they pop up if they're not in siege mode. Okay, good defensive drop off there.
Yeah, I like that he turns around too. So FORGG is actually getting to stretch out on the map here, which is pretty exciting. I think we're in for a real TvT now.
Where are his units, though? I'm looking at the mini-map, and I don't really see a lot of FORGG.
No, he was defensively dropping his main, so he doesn't have any map presence at all. And now this push is going to come forward here. Keep in mind, if you can get over here in this spot that's being attacked, you also have the option of hammering the main as well. You can actually go from here into just pushing into the infrastructure.
Yeah, that is true.
And I feel like FORGG is maybe defending the wrong spot here. Oh, I love the mines under that, so he just can't even land there.
Yeah, he's really set up a no man's land right there. Very hard to break through that again.
You can land at somebody else's comm stat in StarCraft 1 as well, right?
Yes, and machine shop and tower, you know,
So
any
cool.
add-on you can steal.
So cool.
My favorite thing is when someone won't leave a game after proxying a starport, is to build a CC next to their control tower.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's slowly but surely looking better for Light. Even though FORGG actually has a lot of supply. Oh, I guess he'll actually break this area, won't he? That's very nice.
Yeah, well, he needs to
clear.
reclaim this for sure. Is Light overextending it all here?
No, I think he's all right. I think the way he's playing, it's fine. But as I say that, I mean, it looks like the dropship's going to really help him break through here. I don't think that was breakable without those dropships, or it would have been very cost inefficient. So maybe FORGG can actually finish him off, because once he sieges up this location, he can kill the base right to the north. Yeah, that's going to be it then.
FORGG's the man this game. He's actually pushing through. This is so sick.
This is really impressive, too, considering how countered he got in the early game. Like, a lot of things went wrong for FORGG in the early game.
Oh, my gosh.
And
then he lost every tank somehow.
Yeah,
Good targeting by Light.
Not over yet.
Well, he still has plenty more to push through here, but he's got to be careful. I mean, these tanks, they need to be combined. They need to be put together here.
Well, he's trying to lay mines to blow him up.
Good
Doesn't
targeting.
quite get it.
GG. We're tied up 1-1.
Yeah, that was a really cool game, actually. I'm
Great series.
very impressed with FORGG on the comeback there. He made some great moves, like that drop at that bottom base that killed off the command center.